Good evening, and thank you for joining us. A fertility clinic has been ordered to suspend its assisted reproductive services after alleged mix-ups of its IVF embryo biopsy specimens. In vitro fertilization, or IVF, is an assisted reproductive procedure which fertilizes a woman's eggs with sperm in a lab to create embryos. Secretary for Health Lo Chung-Mau calls the incident unusual and believes the time that the clinic took to report the incident is not ideal. After the allegations came to light, Hugh Fertility in Central remains open for business. When reporters asked whether clients can come to collect their embryo specimens, staff did not respond. A notice posted outside says on May 26th and June 4th, the fertility clinic received notifications from a diagnostic lab reporting a mismatch between some embryo biopsy specimens and the clients. It then began a rechecking process. Hugh Fertility says that the original embryos stored in its liquid nitrogen tanks were confirmed to be intact, with no mix-up or damage, and the irregularities were isolated to the processing of a small number of specimens. The clinic has now fully suspended fertility treatment services and is contacting clients currently receiving services and provide them with free consultation and genetic comparison. For babies born through reproductive services previously received at the clinic, genetic testing can be arranged too. Secretary for Health Lo Chung-Mau says the incident was not an ordinary medical accident.
Considering the fact that this is a little bit more complicated, the center has decided to investigate further before reporting to the council. Whether we need to put in a time frame for the reporting, we will consider that after we have the full investigation report for this incident.
Lo adds that biopsy and sample handling procedures are subject to dual oversight, with one person performing the operation and another acting as witness. The clinic was notified about the sampling issues in late May. But they only notified the Council on Human Reproductive Technology in mid-June and stopped accepting new cases on Monday. Lawmaker Rebecca Chan says there should be mechanisms in place specifying the reporting time limit to prevent delayed notifications of issues. She said reference can be taken from the protocols under the Department of Health, which have stipulated notifications of medical incidents within 24 hours. Dr. Anita Chow, specialist in reproductive medicine, says clinics won't implant specimens with issues, as these embryos can lead to failed pregnancy or even miscarriages and chromosome anomaly. The clinic website indicates its IVF treatment packages start from 108,000 Hong Kong dollars. A Cathay Pacific flight from Hong Kong to London briefly lost contact over the airspace of Romania, prompting NATO to send fighter jets as a warning. The Cathay CX-257 flight eventually landed safely in London. The Hungarian defense minister posted on social media that an Airbus A350 aircraft, while flying over Romania en route from Hong Kong to London at around 2 p.m. local time last Saturday, failed to contact civil air traffic control, triggering a NATO rapid response alert. Hungary, which borders Romania, sent fighter jets and issued a visual warning over the Hungarian border. The Cathay aircraft subsequently contacted air traffic control, and the fighter jets returned to their airbase. Cathay says the incident is under investigation and adds the safety of the plane and its passengers were not compromised. Cathay Pacific will further reduce its fuel surcharge starting next Thursday. The fuel surcharge for long-haul flights will be reduced from $1,164 to $965. For short-haul flights, it will be dropped from $541 to $448, a decrease of about 17%. Due to fluctuations in aviation fuel prices caused by the situation in the Middle East, Cathay Pacific is reviewing its fuel surcharge every 2 weeks. This marks the second adjustment this month. The MTR launches its annual escalator safety campaign with a new slogan, "Hold on, stand still," to remind passengers to prioritize safety for themselves and others while riding the escalator. Hiba Khan reports.
Being a city known for its speed and convenience comes with its own downsides, including frequent scenes of people rushing up escalators or dragging trolleys and suitcases up with them, often resulting in injury. the MTR has already recorded 233 cases of escalator accidents in the first 6 months of 2026 alone. The number of incidents average around 500 every year, 60% of which are resulting from people not holding the handrail, losing their balance, carrying heavy items, or simply walking on the escalator. Yet most people find it quite safe.
No, actually I hold the handrail and wait because there's a lot of people in the line. It seems like everybody's trying to get somewhere.
Hong Kong people are very good about being on one side so the people that need to go faster can do that.
But there is always room for improvement on safety. The MTR has released a new promotional video in a bid to strengthen safety standards while taking the escalator. The campaign also advises those who feel unwell or are carrying heavy baggage and bulky items like strollers, suitcases, or trolleys to avoid the escalator and opt for the lift instead. Sherry Lee, Deputy Director of the MTR Operations and Metro segment, says the MTR uses big data analytics to identify escalators with higher accident rates, allowing them to deploy more staff where needed. As passenger traffic is expected to increase over the summer holidays, the MTR will station more safety ambassadors across its network over the coming weeks to promote safe use of escalators. Hiba Khan, TVB News.
Welcome back. Floods in Guangxi caused by torrential rain from Tropical Storm Maysak have already claimed at least 6 lives, with 11 other people still missing. Local authorities say the floods have affected 375,000 people in Guangxi and prompted the emergency evacuation of 130,000 residents. Rescue operations underway in Guangxi include more than 8,000 personnel, over 1,700 vehicles and 5,700 boats deployed for search and rescue, as well as hazard removal. Guangdong's hydrology authority says rising water levels along the Xijiang River had triggered a red flood alert for the section of the river that runs through Fengkai County in Zhaoqing City. Local authorities said they will continue to strengthen early warning systems, resident relocation operations, and post-disaster recovery measures with more heavy rain forecasts for the next 3 days. Taiwan could issue a sea warning for Typhoon Bavi as early as Thursday, followed by a land warning onwards to early Friday, according to its Central Weather Administration. The agency says Bavi remains a strong and large typhoon with a 380-kilometer storm radius and will likely pass over waters off northeastern Taiwan. Residents in Taipei, Keelung, and Yilan County are among those bracing themselves ahead of what the U.S. Military Joint Typhoon Warning Center calls a super typhoon. Residents and visitors getting off passenger boat at Taitung City's Fugang fishing port, arriving from Green Island, one of the outlying small islands off eastern Taiwan, as they leave to avoid being stranded ahead of Typhoon Bavi. Various fishing boats packed into the port to avoid possible storm damage. Meanwhile, rice farmers in the island's northern county of Miaoli are also rushing to harvest their rice before the crop is damaged by the typhoon. Bavi is expected to move west or west-northwest at a speed of approximately 18 kilometers per hour, crossing the Northwest Pacific Ocean, and will be closest to Taiwan Friday and Saturday. Reform UK leader Nigel Farage announced that he will quit his seat in Parliament and seek re-election in an effort to clear his name over financial allegations linked to millions of pounds worth of donations. Daniel Rao tells us more.
Reform UK leader Nigel Farage faces a parliamentary standards investigation about undeclared and potentially rule-breaking donations. These include a £5 million gift he received from a Thailand-based cryptocurrency billionaire. A finding of wrongdoing could lead to Farage being suspended or expelled from Parliament. But he has made the first move by triggering an election for his seaside seat of Clacton in eastern England. In a speech announcing the by-election, Farage denied any wrongdoing.
I have done nothing wrong. I have not broken the law in any way at all. I have not misused public money.
Farage vented his anger over what he described as a pile-on by Britain's liberal elite. He called his move a people versus the establishment by-election. Farage's risky strategy, lauded by members of his party as a clever way to try to avoid facing any sanction from an investigation by the parliamentary watchdog, could backfire. The UK's main political parties described the move as showing Farage crumbling under the pressure of scrutiny, and the governing Labour Party, Conservatives and other parties said they would not run a candidate in the election in Clacton, although novelty candidate Count Binfay says he is ready to take on Farage.
This is a desperate stunt from Nigel Farage, and it's obvious why he's doing it. He is up to his neck in sleaze. Politics should be about improving the lives of millions of people, not about personal gain, not about hiding dodgy donations, and I think the public will see this for exactly what it is.
However, the manoeuvre will allow Farage to test out a strategy before a national election due in 2029. Reform UK have gained popularity in recent years amid growing frustration with mass migration, something Farage has pledged to tackle. General TV News.
The Leap East Technology exhibition is taking place at the Convention and Exhibition Centre and is scheduled to continue until Friday. This is the first time the event has been held outside Saudi Arabia. Samantha Lowe tells us more.
The robots at the technology exhibition can do just about everything. From writing Chinese-style calligraphy to performing minimally invasive surgeries, and even acting as patrol dogs. The event was first launched in Riyadh in 2022, and this is the first time it has been held outside Saudi Arabia. This edition features over 300 exhibition booths on AI, fintech, and more, aiming to provide a platform for around 30,000 tech innovators to network. A representative from a Saudi drug company visited the booth of the Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Corporation to discuss potential collaboration.
We want to achieve something like a joint venture or something like two ways technology licensing agreement, so both can leverage each one's expertise and each one technology, so we can together develop one drug for genetic diseases.
The Secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry, Sun Dong, believes that Saudi Arabia's overall direction in technology development aligns with that of Hong Kong's, highlighting that Saudi Arabia has a strong interest in green and energy technology. Financial Secretary Paul Chan announced at the opening ceremony he will lead another delegation to visit Saudi Arabia later this year.
Hong Kong is precisely the gateway and platform where proven frontier technology and advanced manufacturing businesses from this region can settle into Saudi Arabia and expand across Europe and Africa. I plan to lead a delegation to Saudi again later this year, bringing leading companies in infrastructure, green tech, healthcare, and advanced manufacturing, plus professionals in finance, investments, and the professional services sector.
Leap East is open to the public free of charge, and it will be hosted in Hong Kong for the coming 3 years as well. Samantha Lowe, TVB News.
The 27th ANICOM and Games Hong Kong is set to kick off later this month. This year's event space grows 10% compared with last year, and some exhibitors expect to see a double-digit boost in sales. Celine Chan tells us more.
Spider-Man makes a grand appearance to announce one of the city's summer highlights. The ANICOM and Games Hong Kong is back, bringing along with the characters like Chibi Maruko-chan and athletes from Haikyuu to greet anime fans at the convention center from the 24th to 28th of July. This year's festival is the largest on record. After doubling the exhibition space last year, the organizer is increasing it by another 10% to over 38,000 square meters, spanning halls 1, 3, and 5FG, ready to welcome upwards of 38,000 visitors. It brings together 201 exhibitors and nearly 700 individual booth participants. Some exhibitors are expecting double-digit growth due to the larger venue. More mystery box products are available this year as exhibitors note growing interest in these offerings. There are 2 new zones, including a treasure hunt-themed area showcasing trendy and vintage toys and rare collectibles from around the world. The general admission ticket price has been raised by $3 to $45 this year. Interested parties can start purchasing tickets online or at most convenience stores starting this Friday. Celine Chan, TVB News.
Our Hong Kong Foundation has released a policy research report focusing on the development of green mega events in the city. The report highlights how economic growth driven by socio-environmental benefits could further cement Hong Kong's status as a premier international mega event capital. Timothy Lee has more.
Hong Kong's mega event economy attracted 3 million tourists and raked in close to $9.8 billion last year. But the city's reputation as a world-class events hub could go hand in hand with an increasing awareness of those activities' environmental footprint. Having earlier released its Green Mega Events Research Report, our Hong Kong Foundation suggests that the city can rake in an estimated $1 billion by introducing sustainability requirements into the industry. The OHKF stresses the promotion of green mega events will not hinder Hong Kong's ability to attract events. The think tank adds the measure is guided by 3 principles: prioritizing mega events and allowing green transformation to follow, facilitating a government-led multi-stakeholder collaboration, as well as a gradual approach for market adaptation.
We need the whole industry and also the government to work together. So of course the government can try to provide some subsidies, but at the same time from our research, for example like the co-pay cases, actually you found that over 90% recycle rate. That means Hong Kong citizens do care about the environment. Actually, we want to provide more incentive for them to in these areas. So, for example, if you take the public transportations, so actually we can give them some discount. For example, like buying different related product, or even if you join some green mega event, just like these cases, actually you will see there are some discounts also in the transportations.
In hopes of transforming Hong Kong into a green mega event capital, our Hong Kong Foundation made several recommendations in accordance with the 3 pillars of demand, supply, and ecosystem. They include requiring eligible event organizers to submit green event plans and the incorporation of sustainability performance for post-event evaluation. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
And that's the news. Thank you for watching.